Did you see all the shit with like Katy Perry going into space?
Yeah, I'm Twitter. I still call it Twitter. Interesting place. Everyone's like that shit's fake as fuck, and like I don't really feel like I know we can go to space. So like my opinions on that is I don't know if they went, but I know we can go. I also saw that Drewski's supposed to go, and I'm so excited for that because he's so funny. So I'm like, I just can't wait to hear his commentary while he's up there.
God, me and him need to both go into space. I mean, we'd be pushing gravity to its limits. Tell you that. My God.
How do you feel about it? Do you feel like it's green screens and shit though?
I don't know. I mean, this one, I feel a little. I don't know. It is hard to say because I know you can just kind of. I mean, obviously they were only there for a couple minutes.
Right.
I just think it's more the reaction afterwards. Like I think they are just so fucking insufferable. Like in these interviews.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't sat and fully watched it just because I don't really care that much about like the stuff that they have to say. I rather listen to like actual astronauts and hear what scientists have to say about stuff. But it's like, cool.
But haven't you heard they are actual astronauts now? Apparently, that's what they're. Oh, that's what people are they're calling them. They're like, "You're an astronaut now." And Katy Perry's like, "Thank you."
Whatever feeds their ego,
Which is all it is. Yeah, which I'm not above a good ego feeding. I think we all kind of are to an extent, but
yeah, I mean, I would love to go to space even if it was for 3 or 4 minutes. So, I'd be pretty hype about it. I think it's just people are having the opinions because of who they are already as a person. I mean, I probably get shit too. Like, what the fuck are they sending a porn star to space?
That was exactly what I had in my mind was why the fuck are they not shooting content in space? At least in zero gravity. It couldn't be that hard to do.
I feel like I could be wrong. I did read something about someone just asking astronauts about it, and I want to say that they said it's possible, but I don't know.
Oh, of course it's possible. Anything's possible if you put your mind to it, and well, your body too, I guess. But yeah, God, I think, yeah, go for it. Have that thing looking like a snow globe.
Oh my God.
Yeah, God, I mean, I don't know because it would be, I think, kind of hard to have sex in zero gravity because you got to have something to bounce off of.
I know. I'm just imagining just like floating around. I think it would just be pure comedy, to be honest.
Which is that's a good thing. I love a good comedy. Like a comedy porn mix is a great. I like it whenever the setup is like really fucking ridiculous. And
oh yeah. I mean, and we know it's ridiculous. It's just that's what makes it fun because it's like pizza delivery.
Pizza deliveries are great. Yeah, I mean anything. Or I'm stuck in the in the washing machine. That's always a good time. Like, yeah, you're stuck in a washing machine. Sure you are.
Tried to get stuck in the dryer or washer, and it's really hard. So I just find itself funny because the scenario is just so unlikely.
Look, if it's hard for me to get stuck in a washing machine or a dryer, it's real hard for your ass to get stuck in one. I'll tell you that. Gee, unless you had the world's smallest fucking washing machine, wash one sock at a time.
I swear, yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd go to space. I don't think it's for me, but I understand, the appeal for sure.
I think if I was having like a crisis in my life, probably. But I have a lot to lose because even with the however long they were up there, 4 or 5 minutes, I mean, there's always a chance they could blow up before they come back down. So
that's okay. So that's how I look at everything pretty much as a risk reward. Like what good is going to come from this? And then what's the bad that could come from this? Like the best case scenario is that it's successful. Right. Worst case scenario is you die in a fireball. Which
that would kind of suck.
I don't want to do that. I mean, I want to go out like my granddad, in a hotel in Thailand, with a belt. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Yeah, no, it's all that kind of stuff is not for me. Well, okay, would you rather go up into space or go in that little submersible thing those fuckers went to in the Titanic?
I have submechanophobia, So
Oh my God. Me too. That's amazing. You might be the first person I've ever talked to that knew.
and it's funny because it for me, especially like quarries that have like pipes and like things at the bottom, I'm like, no,
Ugh.
I'm good. And I've, I'm from Florida, so I've been on boats, jumped off of boats, but you kind of
There
have
you
to
go.
drag me back on because the second that like my foot touches the boat underwater, I freak out.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
Like, this isn't supposed to be here. It doesn't feel right. But like fish, sharks, coral, anything else touching me because I know it's meant to be there, it doesn't freak me out. But the submechanophobia is also just for like the Titanic and shit. Freak. I love watching the videos, but they freak me out. It's like a horror movie for me.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Well, it's fucking terrifying. Like that thing that's because of what it represents,
Well, yeah,
thousands of people, 1,500 people dying, but also just that it's just so deep. And
the
there's something about
down there. Yeah.
it's one of the reasons why I don't think I would ever like I would love to go swim with sharks.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to do it in a cage because I'm afraid that the cage is going to sink and while I'm in it.
Yeah, no, I don't think. I mean, I know people that have swam with sharks, even great whites, but they're more professionals. Like they know how to push them away. But I still rather do that than the cage as well. I agree with
Yeah.
that.
I
That shit.
wonder how professional could you really be at it? Like how at what point are you going from amateur to professional? Because there's
I
no
think
degree,
marine
it's
biologists who know about the behavior of sharks are the ones
yeah,
that people that I have met where they're fully comfortable being open water with them. So, but
that's fair.
good for them, not for me.
Yeah. Yeah. What animal are you most afraid of? What animal, like if you had to be locked in a room with an animal, which one would terrify you the most?
Um, whoa, that's a really hard question.
Thank you.
I don't want to think too much. I'm going to think so hard about it.
You shouldn't have to. It's just whatever pops into your mind.
Probably any of the larger felines of the animal kingdom: lions, jaguars, cheetahs, tigers. Friend shaped, but not friend. I love them. They're beautiful. They're very just, but I just know that they'll smell my fear, and that'll pretty much be it for me. So,
Yeah, that's fair. I'd go grasshopper. That's my
grasshoppers,
terrified. Absolutely, like a
ones, the giant ones.
oh,
Because
it's
you don't like the little ones, the big ones.
no, it's a like a petrifying fear that I have of those
Like
little.
bugs in general.
Huh?
Do you not like bugs in general, or is it
Some
mostly?
are all right. I mean, none of them I'm like a big fan of, except for like bees. I like a little honeybee or something. And ants. I love ants. They're fascinating little bastards. But I am not a fan of anything. I'm not a fan of anything that can fly except
Oh,
for bees.
yeah, no, I feel that. We have in Florida, we have a lot of like palmetto bugs. They look like giant roaches and they can fly. I'm
Yeah,
good. I don't like
terrifying.
them. I don't like them. I get the broom and I'm like, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah, I know. We have them here in old Texas as well.
Well,
And
dude,
yeah. And they are because you look at it and you're like, oh, it's a cockroach. Like, oh, that's fucking gross. And then you look away and look back for a second, it's gone. You're like, now this is a lot scarier. And then suddenly you hear something flying around. You're like, I'm burning this fucking house to the ground.
no, I don't mess with it.
Yeah.
I'm good for that.
I like spiders.
Eh,
Spiders are interesting. I like animals that have like good craftsmanship.
yeah, I think they're interesting, except I really don't fuck with wolf spiders. They're also all over here.
Yeah, say oh yeah.
So that's definitely a big no for me.
Yeah.
Well, I like
Yeah.
banana spiders because they look pretty sick and they make really big webs.
Yeah.
So
I like the web. I like seeing them build their little web. I'm like, wow, this is incredible that you're just born knowing how to do this.
isn't
It's
it?
it's not like their mom teaches them, like the mom abandons them.
Like,
It's a story of my life, but they, but like, how do they just know how to do that? Like, just I mean, that is
years of evolution and instinct to catch their food and to protect themselves. Like, I mean,
yeah.
that's
Well, no, I think you're right. Yeah.
yeah.
It's just amazing that they all build the same web. Like they know how to do it. There's no like there's not like pizzazz to it.
Mhm.
They just do it. Like it's just
Yeah.
natural. Like
I love
like
watching the sped up videos of, when someone, yeah, it's very
yeah.
interesting. I feel kind of like I hate walking through them, but then after I'm like, damn, I just killed that. Like, I just messed that dude's house up.
Yeah, it's like an anthill. Anthills, I think, are that they like how they build them. Like it's so well designed that
Mhm.
each of the birthing chambers stays at like a constant temperature, no matter what the
I
temperature is
did.
outside.
I have watched videos about
I
that. I
mean,
love like random fact videos and how like
yeah,
deep they can go into the ground as well. Is just very, very cool.
yeah, it is incredible. It's like now how the fuck like they're air conditioned. It's like how do you have like I can't build like in school I couldn't build a popsicle stick bridge to save my life.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, my thing held about I breathed on it and it fell to pieces. And these little fuckers are just, yeah, that is
Have you ever did you ever go up and have one of those like plastic ant houses? I forget what they're
an ant
called.
farm.
Yes.
I wanted one my entire life and never got one.
Well, now's the time.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get like a giant one. Like
They love them. If you could think about it, the internet has them. I would
oh,
say
for
go ahead and
sure.
get one.
Yeah,
They're pretty sick, and then you can watch them all day.
I know. Oh, I gotta get one. I'm gonna try to get like some big, like just massive one and hope to God that I'm gonna see if they'll like respect me and like
Yeah, right. Assert your dominance with the ants.
I think so. Dress like an ant, like dress up like a big ant every time I, drop the little food in there or whatever they eat.
Yeah. Dude, no, that would be sick. Like I've actually online I've seen some really, really cool ones. I think they go as far as like people can custom make you them and whatever, but I don't know how much your budget is, but they could be pretty sick.
Oh, it's I'm not rolling in it as they say, but I will drop some money on some useless, pointless things.
Mm, that's for sure. I wouldn't say I have a ton of useless stuff, but I'm definitely a trinket person. I've had to stop lately because I'm moving. So I'm like, let me not accumulate more stuff that I have to take out of the house.
Do you collect do you collect things or is it just like you just kind of have random
Um,
objects?
I have just random stuff.
Okay.
Like I said, I've stopped buying things, but I have a ton of plants all over my house. That's not really random. I mean, they make the house have good, cleaner air. But just trinkets and random shit. I mean, little decorations and stuff, whatever.
Huh.
So.
I'm with it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, books are about the only thing that I collect.
Okay.
So just like a little mini library going on. But then just like there's like maybe some little random anything that's like a vintage like pop culture type thing. Like
Yeah.
like I have a Magic 8 ball that's like from the 70s, like
That's
in the original.
cool.
Yeah, like I love stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I guess you call it like Americana. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like those types of things.
I just have like little, see, I don't even know what to call them, like little gothic type things, little,
Mm.
not anything specifically like from an era, like from the 80s, but I
Mhm.
do appreciate like vintage things and stuff like that. Again, I'm just I need to stop buying shit right now. So I see something cool, I walk away from it. Yeah,
Yeah, moving is the worst thing on the planet.
I'm not excited. But
No.
it's the first time I'm hiring a moving company, so very expensive, but they're
Mm,
doing most of the work for me, which is very appreciated. It's a
yeah.
fun move, so I can't do that shit by myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I moved like about 3 miles away and thought I was gonna have a heart attack multiple times.
It's stressful, honestly. Like even 3 miles away, it's just, ugh, yeah. But it's all right. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
there safe and sound and be on my yeehaw shit. I'm real excited.
Your yeehaw shit. Are you coming to Texas?
Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee. Oh, that's pretty good. East Texas, basically. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah,
Yeah,
Tennessee's nice.
I'm super excited for it. I'm just over the South Florida shit. I mean, I've been here my whole life, so
Yeah.
like I've traveled, and I don't know. I like Tennessee for a lot of the outdoor shit that they have. I like seasons. I'm real tired of heat 24 fucking 7. Like I want fall and a break from the heat,
Yeah.
which would be nice. So
Yeah, that'll be nice. Texas is getting pretty fucking rough for me. I am not a heat type person. Very
Mhm.
cold animal. A la polar bear.
I keep my house on like 68, 69.
69, nice. Yeah, that's yeah. I mean, I think once you go above 70, you're a goddamn lunatic.
Right? Like, what are
Um,
you, Blizzard?
yeah. Like growing up, my family they kept their house at 77.
Oh, dude, that's rough.
The amount of times I wanted to just run my head through a wall and just go night night was
Even during the summer, they wouldn't put it down.
to like 74 at the very lowest.
Yeah,
It's
sounds like my grandparents.
yeah, I know, like, y'all can kiss my ass. Like, do y'all not see how big y'all made me by feeding me all this hamburger helper, and now you're gonna do this shit? Like, this is like this is y'all's fault. I don't get to buy groceries and shit. I'm a little kid. Okay? So you're in like obviously like very good shape. Uh,
I would say I could be in better shape. I've definitely, this month particularly, have not been going to the gym as much because I'm busy with the process of moving. And
yeah,
it's like every fucking day I have something to do. And getting time to squeeze it in, it's just like, I just,
yeah.
but I try. I like being active. Like, I do outdoorsy,
Mhm.
can't talk, outdoorsy shit. So I get exercise through stuff like that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. But
but
with that, if you could make any food 0 calories, what would you
pasta.
pick? Hell yeah.
Any type of pasta, and it's so fattening. And because pasta, because I could live off of different types of pasta and eat nothing else for the rest of my life. So
That's
easy,
such a good pick.
easy for me. What about
Yeah.
you?
Actually, that might be mine. Like, cause I can eat chicken Alfredo 3 times a day
Mm-hmm.
and be a happy little clam. But I'd probably say pizza.
Pizza. I was gonna say pizza as
Yeah.
well.
Just
Pizza's
because
good.
it is so fucking horrible for you. But God.
But you got the
I
combinations just like pasta. There's different types of pizza. So it's like you can keep it interesting.
Exactly. Ice cream wouldn't be a bad one, but I couldn't eat ice cream that much. Like it would almost be a wasted, in this hypothetical.
Surprisingly, I'm not actually a big dessert person. I'm like a salty, savory type of girl. So,
Mm, yeah,
I do
same.
have that. I think that's one of the things that's kept me from getting big is because like I do love food, but desserts they fuck you with the sugar. I'm sorry, hopefully I could cuss, but I'm like
I
yeah.
don't give a fuck. Yeah, trust me, don't I know it? I go through spells where I just pull just too much, and then I'm like, all right, I gotta cut this shit out, and then I'll stop. It's a very like Kirstie Alley situation I got going on. Just going up, going down, going up, going down. It's
I think
yeah,
people's moods, take a big toll on that. I was like super depressed for 2 months at one time, and I just couldn't stop eating sushi. It was like constant. I had just like a sushi mood where that's all I wanted to eat all day, every day. I ate it for 4 weeks straight. And then when I got out of that little funk I was in, hated sushi for 2 weeks, and then I was fine again. But
yeah, that's interesting. See, whenever I get in the down in it, I go for all I want to eat is like pastry, like donuts and like pastry shit, and then of course like Xanax or something, or something like just sprinkle a little on my on my eclair. But yeah, no, that's yeah, that's no,
you
I
take
don't.
that as a true admission.
No, I don't. I was, despite what most people think, I'm actually not on any sedatives whatsoever.
So a lot of people think, I think it's the stigma with my job. They
Yeah,
assume that I'm a drug addict. And it's funny because I have my medical marijuana license and that's it. And I like to have a good cocktail, a good drink. That is it. The only
yeah,
other drug I take is birth control. But they're just, I've had, how we were talking about weight earlier, throughout my career. Also, I started when I was a teenager and I'm 25 now. I've formed into a woman and I grew up. And also, when I started in the industry, I was very depressed, very tight on money, which is why I got into what I'm doing now. And I was doing adult videos all day. And then after that, I would come home and get ready and work at the strip club, which is a lot of exercise. So that in combination with not really eating enough, I was super skinny. And then when I started getting healthier mentally and in a better spot, I started gaining more weight, which is where like naturally I would have probably been at. And then everyone's like, oh, bitch, let herself go. And it's like,
Fuck off.
what they think. I'm
Yeah.
like super happy now. Like I'm very content with my life. I'm very excited for the future and everything. So
Yeah, that's
honestly,
great. That is interesting that you bring that up because there is a certain level of skinniness that a person can get to where it is a sign of like, oh, there
it
might be a little
was.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, well, like I said, it wasn't drugs. It was I cannot talk today. I'm having a
Yeah,
stroke. It
you'll get
was
it out. Don't worry.
depression and overworking myself and not eating enough. Honestly,
Yeah.
it was just go, go, go constantly for about a good 2.5 years. And then again, when I finally maintained things and got out of the shitty relationship I was in and had a better schedule, yeah, I got thicker. Most people like it though. So like I don't
Yep.
get much hate anymore, but like you still have those comments where they're like, what happened? And I'm like, where have you been? It's been 5 fucking years. I started when I was 19, 18, 19. So
Yeah. And also, who the fuck looks the same way they looked when they were 18 or 19? I mean,
you would think that would be the mindset, but these people think.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, when I was 18, I looked like fucking.
Were you a skinny child?
Yeah, well, no, not a skinny child. I was a fat little bastard as a kid. But real chubby. And
Yeah.
then kind of looked like Roseanne Barr most of my childhood life. But then in high school, a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, and then a lot of weed and everything. But the weed didn't make me eat, which is funny enough. So, yeah, so which I mean that's the norm, but for me it made me like just want to go to sleep. So I would just not eat because I'd fucking be asleep. And yeah, and I was exercising like a motherfucker too. Just low self-esteem and all that kind of shit. So I was like, I gotta look good,
I was
and
both in high school, so I
yeah,
actually had an anorexic spell where
yeah.
not to get all depressing and shit, but it did put me in the hospital temporarily. So
Mm-hmm.
I do, on a personal level, get that, which
Yeah.
because I look back at pictures from when I was in high school, and I was like, I wasn't a bad looking kid. Like, why did I think I was just this disgusting, ugly person? And I wasn't.
Yeah, that's the way it is, though. It's not necessarily because that's it's a body dysmorphia, but not even just like with your body. It's just like you as a person. Like people can have like a dysmorphia just about themselves in general, like where they. Because I would think that I'd be like, God, I'm such a like annoying person and all this shit. And then meanwhile, I like never talked. I didn't say shit. Like it's like how annoying could I really have been? I just felt that way about myself, and then it wasn't until probably like in my mid-20s that I was like, oh. I don't care about any of this. Like, fuck all those people.
I think
Like,
I finally got comfortable with myself. I'm not even kidding, like 2 years ago. So it's been a long journey. And I still have, I definitely still have body dysmorphia. But like I said, overall, I'm the happiest I've been in a long time. So,
that's awesome.
yeah, that's all that matters. I mean, are you happy with yourself?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I still, I get anxious and panicky sometimes, just like, I mean, probably a little bit more than the average person. I'll have like,
You're like fidgeting and stuff, the ADD, like.
yeah, I mean, I've been fidgeting with this pen the entire time we've been talking. Yeah, would be funny if I just pull up like some giant like machine. I'm like,
I would not judge. I get it, honestly.
yeah, no, I'm very fidgety. I'm very obsessive. I have obsessive thoughts that they just don't go away. Like a lot of stuff like that. But it's not. I have zero depression whatsoever. It's all just like anxiety.
I mean, anxiety is not good, but I feel that for sure.
Well, I'll take the anxiety over depression because anxiety's sucks, but it's not. It's not the same as not wanting to get out of bed for 2 weeks, which is
been there.
yeah. And I haven't had yeah, and I haven't had something like that happen in a long time. And I quit drinking a long time ago, which made a big difference. So
Yeah, I've tried to. It's funny, I was just talking to a girlfriend of mine about that. I definitely had my moments where I would just go out and drink and get fucking blacked out. And
Oh
I
yeah.
it's like, hell yeah. But then I feel shitty in the morning and then I regret it. And that's obviously not good for you. So, and that again was just a really, really bad, I was in a really bad place. This was like last year. So, I'm getting way better about that. I still have a cocktail over dinner, or lunch for sure, but I'm not a party girl. It was just fueled by me being depressed.
Yeah.
So now that I'm not depressed anymore, habits are better.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it's interesting how that all kind of works out. Where like one thing makes another change, and eventually you're just like, oh shit, like I'm kind of different,
Yeah,
like in a good way. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Because that was mine. Like I would drink like black out like
Mhm.
every day. And it was because I was like, I felt like I wasn't going nowhere. I was like, I'm still like, I'm doing nothing. I don't know what I'm going to do. I hadn't started doing any of this stuff. Like, and then this stuff started happening. I was like, well, shit,
Yeah,
I don't know. Things tend to work out if you just get out of your own way. They kind of just work. Like,
I feel like I believe in karma, and I also try my best to be the best person that I feel like it can be. And it ties into what you said. It's like throughout my life, looking back, things work out. Maybe
yeah,
not always the way exactly how I wanted them to, but I'm here, I'm alive, I'm fine, I'm making pretty decent money, I'm making a big change soon, and that
yeah,
definitely is very anxiety fueled, but it's still what I want to do. So I constantly try to tell myself that, listen, shit sucks now, maybe that's a sign that something really good is going to happen, and normally it does.
yeah,
I think people just, like, speaking for myself, I just overthink. Like, I'm a huge planner. Like, even today with this podcast, I was like, all right, timing everything out by the hour to make sure that I'm on time and da 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 da. And I'm like, I got it. It's not even that big
yeah.
of a deal.
Yeah, I could not relate to that more. Like I am, yeah, I immediately like I don't know, I get myself worked up over things like just yeah, overthink everything. And I still do. I mean, I've gotten a lot better at it for sure, but I still overthink.
I think that
Yeah.
in a lot of ways it does help, because I also know people that don't think at all. And then
Yeah.
they're super fucked because now they're behind and this and that and whatever. So it's like
Yeah.
there's some stuff it definitely works out, but for the most part, it's stuff, like I said, that isn't life or death threatening, but my
Yeah.
brain tells me it is. And I mean, that's
Yeah.
just anxiety as a whole. Love
Oh
that.
yeah. Yeah, the amount of times that I've like spiraled over something that was like nothing. And then I like eventually something just happens where it kind of breaks and I
Mhm.
just start laughing because I'm
Yeah.
like, holy shit, you're such an idiot. Like, why were you freaking out about this? Like, I
Well,
don't know. I'm one of the okay, so this is I don't know if you can relate to this, but maybe. I'm one of those types of people that if I know that I'm gonna go to a restaurant, so let's say me, you, and some friends were meeting at a restaurant tonight for dinner.
mhm.
I would now be looking up their menu online.
I do that too. Although I'm a foodie, I can eat whatever. It's not,
Yeah,
I look up the address, how far it's going to take, how
yeah,
good the parking is there valet, how much do I have to bring? Yep.
yep,
But then, again, sometimes it works out in my favor because then everyone else I'm going to the restaurant with now doesn't know what to do. And I'm like, I do. I researched this.
it, yes,
So it's like I'm the coordinator in the friend group, pretty much,
yeah, yeah,
And like I say, I'm the mom of the friend group. So it's like, you have a question about whatever trip's happening. Trust me, I already know. I already know where, how, when, what.
yeah. Like I could tell you how to get around a city that I've never been to.
Yep.
Because one time I thought I was going to go to that city, so I looked up the whole fucking place and like where every street goes and all that.
I have
Yeah.
big parking anxiety because when it comes to inner cities too, because
Mhm.
I've always been like this. I love my car, so I don't trust people to not ding it or like drive down. I hate street parking for that reason. Like, I can
Ugh,
park fine, it's just other people. So
yeah,
I will go and make sure I can find a parking garage or find somewhere where it's going to be fine and it's close to where I'm going. There's some, it works out. So
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. I hate it because I hate like just not knowing where my stuff is.
Mhm.
And even though I know it's in like a valet parking, I say like a hotel, they'll have like a valet parking garage, like I know it's in there, but I
Mhm.
don't know where in there. And that bothers me. Yeah. Like I need to know where all of my stuff is at all times. Like,
I just put an air tag in my car. It works.
I should. I need, yeah. Which I mean, I never like. I'm live in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's not like there's a whole lot of valet. I mean, my local fucking Chick-fil-A doesn't have a valet parking.
Oh my
Um, although they probably should. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really ever have a need for shit like that. But I do just overthink those types of situations.
Yeah, well, I think people too that have like chronic anxiety tend to be also pretty educated people as well. There's like some
Yeah.
correlation there with just the way our brains work. They overwork. So,
Or do they? Do you sleep with the TV on?
I have to have noise though. I have
Okay.
purifiers in my house. So and I'll tell you why I can't sleep with the TV on unless I'm
Mhm.
putting on some like geometry lesson that'll put me to sleep. Sometimes because my brain doesn't shut up at night, it'll hear what's going on in the TV and it might be something interesting. And then I'm like poking my eye, like, what is it? And then I
Oh,
end up watching whatever's there. So
yeah.
I use like white noise from the air purifier that I have, but I can't do silence, I'll tell you that.
Oh,
It's
I'm
like
not good with that. Yeah.
I'm thinking about what I did today, what I'm doing tomorrow, what I'm doing, when I'm about to die. Like I'm constantly.
Oh my God.
uh,
I'm with you. I'm with you. If it's quiet, in the bedroom while I'm trying to go to sleep, immediately in my head I'm thinking, what if I died in my sleep right now? And
exactly. I'm
and
like,
then and then I work myself up. I'm like, holy fuck, I can't fucking go to sleep right now. Like, and then I start thinking, oh yeah, but can't you die from sleep deprivation? So then there's
and then
I
I'll sit there
spiral.
and I'll think about why do we have to pretend that we're sleeping to go to sleep? And then I just keep going and going and going.
Oh my God, you just unlocked one for me. Holy, I never thought about that.
That's lately been the killer for me because again, like I said, I have a lot going on this month before I move, so
Yeah.
it's all the time. But that's the new one for me. It's like I'm sitting here pretending to sleep, and then now I'm talking to myself about pretending to sleep, and I can't sleep.
Yeah. That's interesting because you don't have to do that for anything else. You don't have to pretend to walk to start walking. You don't have to pretend to eat to start eating. My God, could you imagine if like before you got up to take a step, you started kicking your legs around like a
Oh,
little
that's
baby?
so weird.
Yeah. You're firing up your legs.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, that is amazing.
The only time
Yeah.
I don't have to pretend to sleep is if I'm like sleep deprived and exhausted, and then I
Mhm.
hit the pillow and I'm out. Don't even remember going to sleep. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like 90% of the time you have to pretend first, and cue the medical marijuana card. It's like
Yeah.
that's
See,
usually sorry.
I, no, you're good. I wish that worked for me. It makes everything so much worse.
I know people that have it. I feel like, and I don't want to generalize everyone, but there's two types of people who
Mhm.
smoke, and it's the ones that it works and the ones that get anxiety.
Yeah.
So for me, I have found out because I've been smoking marijuana since I was like 13. So I've had, now it's like I'm only dispensary based, like everything's
Yeah.
regulated. But not I agree, but I relate to that because certain strains do give me anxiety. So once I find the one where I'm like, wow, I feel really good, like I'm feeling mellow, relaxed, and not like hearing voices and shit and getting a visit from the hat man, I'm like, great, I can use this. And then I just stick to those, like, I have like two or three strains right now that I am religiously using, but that's it. So
Yeah.
I don't like smoking other people's stuff. I'm not really a social smoker. Like I don't, well, that's more because I don't have friends like that. But like if I'm going to socially smoke, I bring my own joint with me. Um,
Yeah.
but that's the only thing because yes, I've seen shadow people and stuff, but I know it's not. I'm not schizo. It's just it gives me anxiety, and I
Yeah.
get in my head. And I live alone right now, so it's like at night especially,
Mm.
there's just the corners like and stuff. I always have to have the TV or something on because it gets a little creepy even when I'm not smoking, just living alone and it's dark outside. So
That's fair. That's fair. I'm with you. No, I'm following along with you. Yeah, we are connected for sure in this. My God.
and it's like I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of what the fuck is in the dark.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's the same with like no one's afraid of heights. They're just afraid from falling from heights.
pretty much, and that's
Yeah.
actually a phobia I have. I can't. Unless I'm encapsulated in something because I love flying. It's like I can't be on the edge of a cliff and be like, wow, this is so great. I gotta be like 5 feet away. Like I can see over it, but like I'm good. I'm good from over here.
Do you ever watch those videos of people doing like parkour kind of shit, but like way the fuck up on top of like
Yes.
buildings?
I have.
Oh my God. That's
I'm not even athletically good to do that, but then adding the heights, I've
but
seen
even
people
yeah.
slip and fall from that shit too.
So have I. Yeah, that is. I mean, that's how you chose to spend the last minutes of your life is doing that bullshit.
It's people that are adrenaline junkies,
And
like
Russians,
for that. Yeah.
a lot of Russians, and they probably just don't have much else to do, to be
Those
honest.
are the people that I see that are on the oh my god, the cell phone towers that are really, 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 like that's even worse than the skyscrapers to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like there's not even a building to catch your fall next to you. Like if you slip, bye, that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Have you ever seen the movie? There's a movie called, I think, The Fall, with these two girls that they climb one of those towers.
I didn't. It looked a little silly to me, but on YouTube how there's some people who do like recaps that are like 30 minutes where you can like get the whole gist of the movie without watching the whole movie. I watched that, and so I can't watch stuff like that because then my logic brain kicks in, and some of the shit that happens, it's like, all right, it's just for the movie factor.
Yeah.
They got to make it interesting. But yes, I have, and no, I will never do that. Don't care. Don't care how much you pay me. I know that there's people that change the light bulbs at the top of those that get paid like hella money just to go like once or twice a year, and it's still not a motivation for me. I'm too scared. Like,
Fuck no.
I went on top of a 2-story house and my boots were shaking. I'm like, I don't know, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I know that feeling. Yeah, that's yeah. My problem is that whenever I get up in like a height, where like if I'm on like a balcony, my brain immediately says, hey, you should jump from here.
I know. So I don't relate to that. My grandmother actually has told me that she can't even go on balconies because she's so scared of herself that she will jump. That's crazy.
It's an actual thing. It's called the Call of the Void, or it's from like a French L'appel du vide is like the actual thing, but it's this like sensation that a lot of people get. Typically people who have anxiety, where their brain is constantly checking to make sure they're safe, just in general, like, which is part of what anxiety is, why you focus on your heartbeat and your breathing. But if you're in like a situation like that where there is a potential danger, your brain will say, hey, time for a check to make sure we are fully aware of our situation and like where we are. So your brain will be like, hey, you should jump from here, to basically try to tell you like, hey, look around and make sure you're not going to fall and don't jump.
I wonder why, but is there, and I don't know because you know more about the topic, do you know if it's to the point where people have done it though, have like actually just leaped because of that, or it's more just their brain is telling them to? Because that's where like my grandmother said that she feels like in moments in her past where she might have, like, she has started leaning over to kind of just fall.
But so part of that leaning is you're kind of checking the stability, and like you're doing little checks. So as far as I know, which is
oh god.
Yeah. So as far as I know, no one has ever like there's no proof or evidence that those thoughts lead to actions.
Okay.
But it would be pretty hard to ask someone who
Right.
did jump off the balcony.
Right. Well, there's just been incidents besides obvious like suicidal attempts that just were like, whoops,
No. Yeah, there's no like no known evidence that like those thoughts lead to that they're because they're not like suicidal ideations or things like
Exactly.
that. It's yeah, because I have the same thing. Like I had it like a while back where I was cutting like a chicken breast with a knife, and I just stood there with the knife, and I was like, I wonder what would happen if I just stabbed myself in the
Have those
stomach right now.
oh,
Yeah,
like eating with a fork, like this hand looks pretty fresh. Let me just, but I haven't done it, you know.
right. Yeah. Yeah,
But
because you wouldn't do it. It's just your brain kind of recognizing a potential, which is not even really that much of a potential, but recognizing that there's like, some sort of chance of danger, which is, I mean, I guess it's a good thing your brain does it, but it is fucking wild when it happens.
because there's people out there who just go ahead and do it, and we call those people crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my God. Who was your childhood celebrity crush?
you want the simple answer, or
No.
because I have a couple.
Yeah, no, just rattle. I mean, do whatever this is yours. You do what you
A
want.
lot of women say this, but Johnny Depp, specifically Pirates of the Caribbean, specific.
Oh, okay.
I like when he was younger too. He's always been a very good-looking man, but something about the craziness of Jack Sparrow too, and just
Yeah.
the free spirit he was. But Johnny Depp, and I would say Benedict Cumberbatch. I don't know if I say the last name right, but
You did. Yeah.
ugly and not ugly. And I kind of like medium ugly dudes. So, you know, I watched I was super in high school. I was super into Sherlock, the TV show
Yeah.
he was in. So that started from that. And then I love Star Trek, and he was in the second
The
Star
second.
Trek movie.
Yeah, he plays Khan, doesn't he?
So I was pitter patter, love that.
He's great. He is really good in that second Star Trek. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
That's
good.
yeah, those are good ones. Yeah. I mean, old Benedict Cumberbatch, that's a good one. JD is always, I mean, that's a great, always a good choice. Yeah. Yeah, I always had a thing for like, I mean, see, like I have an obvious one too, which is like Angelina Jolie.
I was gonna say women. Angelina Jolie definitely have had a crush on her.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, see, that's one that all women have a crush on.
And Megan
Yeah,
Fox.
yeah. Megan Fox too. Holy hell.
I think that was like a gay awakening for me, for sure. I know I've heard a lot of guys say they're like, I knew I was straight when I saw that shit. So
That's I mean, I think I knew a little bit before
Yeah.
before I was 14, but yeah, that was I definitely remember thinking, "Oh my God, this just unlocked something for me." Yeah.
I know she just had a baby too, and I'm like excited to see, like how that progresses with MGK. I mean, they seem like they like each other a lot, so hopefully.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not much of an MGK fan, but
I don't really listen to his music, but I don't.
yeah, I didn't know he did.
Really? What did you know him for?
I just thought he was like one of those people that just becomes famous out of nowhere, and you don't even know what the fuck it is that got
like
them to that point. Yeah, well, yeah, or something like that. Because there's like some of these people that I'll see on like they'll be in like doing something with like a well-known celebrity or something. Like Snoop Dogg will be hanging out with somebody, and I'm like, well, who is this motherfucker? I've seen him with around, and then they're like, oh, he's a streamer. I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
I might get hate for this, but I don't watch streamers at all. Like,
is that a thing? Like, what is streaming? I mean, like people just
like
podcasts.
Like the Kai Cenat.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about. I don't know what that guy does or why he's famous.
I think it's just, I would sum it down to they're a personality. They're a famous personality. I don't really know, but I can't sit there and just watch somebody else do life like that. Even vlogging, it's like, in high school I used to watch vlogs when like YouTube was like a really big thing and whatever. I actually thought I was going to be a YouTuber growing up. I was like super invested into it. And it's just different now. It's not my personal interest, but I know a lot of my fans like love watching streamers. So that's why I'm like, please don't hate me, guys. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Like if you like it, I love it. So I'm definitely a crime documentary. I watch SVU and like, history stuff, random facts, like I said, conversation videos, like whatever. What was the most recent one I watched? Like one atheist versus 20 Christians type shit. So just to hear opinions of people, it's very interesting to me. So
is there a certain like topic or person in history that you're like more fascinated by than others?
Yes, cults. I'm very interested in cults.
Hell yes.
Jonestown is one of the most interesting ones to me that I've gotten into. Just because, again, it comes back to when I said I'm just interested in people's opinions, but also like psychological behavior is very interesting to me. And just learning about how people can even do something like that. You know about Jonestown, obviously.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, Jim Jones, People's Temple. Yeah. It's funny that pre-Jonestown, when it was just the People's Temple in San Francisco, like he was this beloved figure that like he was really good friends with Jimmy Carter's wife. Like he was like a just like a very loved guy. I mean, kind of the same with John Wayne Gacy. Like people like, he hung out with a very like upper class people, and people loved him.
And a lot of times it is that. Sorry.
No, you're good.
And I'm like sniffling I'm allergic to pollen and it's so bad here right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it's that they're either like loved by the community, or even if they're not public figures like that, like a pastor or whatever, some cult leaders, just friends of friends will say, well, he was a chill guy. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I think that comes down to like the facade that they have put on. Like, I don't think that a lot of these cult leaders just woke up and decided to be crazy. I think it's been there the whole time. And they just saw patterns of, wow, I have a lot of people that will listen to me. And then it manifests from there. And that's what's very interesting. I don't want to say I'm more interested in the cult leader side than the people who are in the cult, but both interest me about the psychological part of it. So
yeah, because I'm always curious, like, because in my mind, I feel 100% confident that I would never join a cult.
Yeah,
it wouldn't happen to me. I would never do it. But I wonder if those people felt that same way. And then, like, so in my head, I think, like, well, what got them there? Because it isn't just like a guy saying, "Hey, I have a cult. Want to come hang out?" Like it's the slow progression. It's usually religion based, which that already kind of is like a foot in the door. So.
I think that when I was like 17, 18, at that time in my life, just personally, not just because I was young, but what I was going through, I could say maybe at that point I might have been convinced, but now I'm like, no, but I know better. But and that's the thing that, they go after very impressionable people that are in a bad place in their life that but have the want to be wanted somewhere. And that's
to have community and togetherness and
It sucks because it's like I do have a soft spot because a lot of people will sit there and say, well, they're just fucking stupid. And I'm like, but sometimes, but then you also have to think about where I get upset is like, again, with Jonestown, all the children, they're made into it. So it's like they didn't have a choice but to believe what everybody else around them was telling them. And then they suffered at the end. And
and even, like the ones who are not necessarily children, but like, let's say like 12 to 14, wherever, they, even if they're old enough and realize like, oh, this is a cult, this is stupid, I don't want to belong, but their whole family belongs. And it's like, well, so am I going to just lose my whole family because I disagree with Jim Jones or whoever that leader is?
And that's why a lot of people wanted to leave but stayed because their spouse or whatever wanted to stay. And it's like, dude, it's just, it sucks. It's very interesting to me though. So yes, I would say that's definitely one particular topic that I like to do research on. I was just before our podcast. Also, I was watching a documentary about the Unabomber.
Oh, that's interesting.
Another same thing. It's always for me the psychological like part of it is what's interesting, and all the documentaries definitely skim on the opinions of like professionals of why they think this person did this and the manifesto and blah, 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 blah. So,
well, he was, an MK Ultra test subject, which played a big role in it, I mean, and he was already a guy that was not mentally stable. I mean, just
had
clear
a huge IQ, big IQ, wasn't really sociable. And then his professor picked him out amongst other students because he was depressed or showed signs of depression. So yeah, definitely, in that particular documentary I was watching, they were talking about like what you said, that a lot of people think that they put the battery pack on his back to just keep going and doing what he was doing and making him feel like he was justified in a way.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Ted Kaczynski. I mean, I can understand wanting to go out and live in the woods, but you should.
I'm about to do that.
Yeah.
Not to that extent with no water and electricity, but like I get it. I'm trying to move out from the city. But,
but you can't be blowing people up. It's just rude. Just one of those things.
Yeah.
Waco is the most interesting one to me. David Koresh, because that's where like my family were all from Waco, and they knew a lot of the Davidians.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, Waco, is a pretty small city. I mean, there is like a big college, Baylor University there, so it's like a university town, but it's also like a real backwoods hick town that has that small town feel. And if you're not involved in like the college, you're pretty much living in a town of just a couple thousand.
Right.
And
guess what? Everyone.
Exactly. So my family would see like the Branch Davidians, like and they'd like the grocery store and stuff like that. And they said they were like very nice people. And they all my family are very much like pro Branch Davidian, which is very interesting because you're like, y'all don't think David Koresh was a bad guy at all? And they're like, yeah, they're like, hell no, they were, that's the government, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I think he might have been a little bad.
I feel like the saying it's the government is very on point for small town, people too. It's just a common thing that everyone thinks about. And I'm not pro government either. I'm not like, oh, they're all doing the right thing. I don't sit here and say that, but that's.
I mean, I do think like, if you're not hurting anyone, who gives a fuck? Have a cult. Have a cult if no like nefarious things are occurring in the cult, because that's basically just a self-help group.
Exactly.
It's basically going
be weird.
Yeah, it's basically going to a Tony Robbins seminar. I mean, what he's doing is a cult. It's no different. It's just that you don't got anybody doing bad shit to kids and whatever. Well, I mean, maybe, but who knows? Yeah. That's it's an interesting one. Yeah. Cults, anything with serial killers. Like Charles Manson to me is probably the most fascinating person in like American history. Just any kind of like just weird shit like that. And then of course like pop culture, like history, like the dark side of like old Hollywood.
Yeah.
Very fascinated by that kind of stuff too.
Yeah, I've touched on those a little bit, but I do think definitely cults, serial killers. And then I also just watch videos where it's like independent killings as well. So which is kind of, I don't want to say cool because that sounds fucked up, but like interesting because it's not, I like watching ones that didn't make like national news where it's like, small town stuff where nobody really heard of it outside of the town. And then somebody went and did independent research on it. And then you hear about it through the video. That's also interesting to me. That's the reason I'm not cool. Like, I really don't want to hike the Appalachian Trail because I hear way too many stories from different things as you go up. And that's a whole nother thing too. Because in that, I also like haunted stuff as well. So,
oh, really? Okay. Yeah.
Historical stuff of the Appalachian. I've watched a lot of videos about that as well. Skinwalkers and stuff.
Yeah. Wendigos. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I'm with you. I like those kind of like small town murder stories because like every small town has one. Like every small town you go to, you ask them like, hey, has there ever been something like crazy happen? And everybody's like, oh yeah, there was like where I grew up, there was one. This girl was like, just vanished and fucking still nobody knows where she is. And like they Yeah, no, completely unsolved cold case.
And being in a small town, can I ask? There's probably suspicions maybe of who might have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, her family did it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'll say that shit. Yeah, it is. I mean, not her. So, like, I shouldn't say her whole family. It was someone in her family, and then other people in her family definitely know that it happened.
That's so awful. I mean, when it's people that are close to you that are supposed to protect you and love you, I mean, ugh, that's terrible.
Yeah, well, whenever your daughter goes missing, and then about a week later, there's this giant concrete slab poured in your backyard. Well, that seems
That
odd,
sounds
doesn't it?
so familiar. I feel like I've heard.
So there's another one. So so this one, it's not the one that I'm talking about. There was one that actually became like a more
I think
like a
that's what it
bigger.
reminded me of. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
it was in, I think, Alabama. There was a girl who, same situation, vanished, like was walking from her friend's house, vanished. They
Mhm.
think it's one of the family members, but they don't know for sure. And then, like, not too long after she vanished, they poured a concrete slab in her backyard. And I remember watching that series because there was I think it was an episode of maybe Cold Case Files, like the whenever they brought
And I
back Cold Case Files.
watched it if it was on there for sure.
Yeah, and I remember hearing that shit, and I was,
As well. Sorry.
yeah, no, you're good. No, I remember watching that episode, and I was like, holy fuck, this is the same
Familiar
thing.
sounding.
Yeah.
I wonder
Yeah.
if you got that idea from there, or was the one in your hometown before that?
Way before. Yeah. This was back in maybe the early 90s, mid 90s. I think maybe mid 90s. So yeah, this one was
With so much back in the day too, because of lack of security cameras. I feel like as well that grainy shit doesn't show anybody anything.
no, but it's crazy. Like that shit still doesn't deter people now.
Still happens. Still happens.
The Idaho college murders and all that. Like that's.
Yes, I do know about that.
Yeah.
That always was a weird case to me. I don't know that never I never felt solid about where the conclusion came to with that.
He didn't do it. I don't think he fucking did it for a second.
I can't even. Yeah, I don't even have an opinion. Honestly, it just jarred me. I remember when I was listening to it. It was just. It sounded like some type of undercover, not undercover, but like
yeah.
It's fishy is all I'll say.
It sure does. That this guy just broke in there and killed 4 people in about 6 or 7 minutes, and someone saw him and he didn't kill them. Yeah, there's a lot. And then he was nowhere even around there. I don't know. But there's a lot of that stuff. It's hard for me to watch a lot of cold case stuff because I do like a resolution.
Yeah, same.
It bothers me. Yeah.
It does. I will watch them because again, a lot of the YouTube videos that I do go to, I've watched everything else. So that's what's left. And I'll just listen to them. It's my favorite thing to just put my headphones on when I'm doing chores around the house because it helps me focus. So I've listened to a lot of cases. That's why I'm like, if you tell me about one, I'll probably know what you're talking about. But when it comes to names, I've just seen so many I won't remember. But very familiar for sure. The concrete slab, why would they do that? You ever think like, if I had to do this, I'd be smarter?
Well, they haven't been caught, so I guess it's worked out pretty well for them. I mean, that's the whole point, is to get away with it, and so far they have.
It's always technicalities too, I feel like.
I know. Yeah, it's funny. Like, I feel like I could get away with it if I really wanted
to. Don't think about this stuff. Like, you really fucked up in that way. I'm like, you're gonna go to the extent to kill somebody, but you're not going to think further than that.
Yeah, exactly. Like you
planned. It's like, what are you doing?
And the evidence that they find is always something that's just so obvious that you could have like avoided. You're like, that you didn't think to like hide this better. Like, I don't.
Karma too. It's like, well, that's what happens when you kill somebody. Do things and get arrested.
So. Yeah, look what happened to Jeffrey Dahmer. Things didn't work out too well for him in prison. Yeah, got beat to death with a fucking broom handle.
What it was? I forgot.
I think so. I think it was somebody broke off a broom handle and just like, I think they broke his neck with it, which is, well, you got to hit someone pretty fucking hard, which I think it was more of like a pull kind of thing, but but he had it coming to him. What a piece of shit,
Of course.
Yeah, it's weird whenever people get like a attraction to like a serial killer. You know, like how like I watched the Richard Ramirez when all these women are sending them like fan letters and shit.
I didn't think they were that cute either, so I don't get it. Just saying, as a woman, I'm like, I don't get it. I never get the infatuation with even cult members too. Well, I do get it because they're crazy.
It's charismatic.
Like,
yeah. If you have a lot of charisma, you know, that can make up for a lot of things.
I still think if you're gonna go pursue like a serial killer, you got to be some type of messed up too.
Yeah, no shit. Like those, like those women that were sending Richard Ramirez like nudes and shit, like they're taking Polaroids of them and sending them to. Now, granted, I would sure like to meet some of these women because their standards are pretty low, and that's where I thrive. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, that's yeah. If you could shoot a scene with any celebrity, who would it be?
Oh, don't do that to me.
Okay, I'll skip it.
Because I don't even. Because then it's gonna turn into a whole. Because there's so many. I mean, I would say like I would probably be too anxious because of their celebrity status, but I'll cop out.
Paul McCartney. Oh. I mean, he's a Beatle, for God's sakes.
I mean, I'm not sure if it works anymore. He's getting old, but I would say probably like Angelina Jolie. She's hot.
Yeah. God, I know.
Or even same thing. I'll go back to like the women, like Megan Fox. Well, no, I'm trading it out. Megan Fox for sure. Because like she's just so hot. And then that picture of her with that who was it? One of the Jenners, I think. Them in that one picture. I can't.
Caitlyn? Caitlyn?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
It was one of the sisters, but there was just a super hot picture of them like looking up at the camera. It was very pornographic, and I was like, that's she seems like she'd be about that life. So yeah.
I remember as a kid seeing the red carpet special thing for like, I don't know what award show it was, but Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton showed up, and Angelina Jolie's, you know, they have that little the vial of blood on their necklace.
Yes.
And I remember thinking, you know, if there's a God, he will find me somebody like that.
Yeah, honestly.
That is I mean, fuck a wedding, fuck an engagement ring. Carry around each other's blood in a necklace. I am sold.
Actually, the person that I'm dating now, we are talking about getting married. And he specifically said he wants each other's blood in the wedding ring band. So I said I'm down, honestly. I'm like, that may be some like freaky voodoo shit, but it's okay.
Fuck. I mean, what's wrong with that? Yeah. Do y'all need someone to do it? I'm ordained.
I don't know. Well,
I'm not
like we're not engaged yet, so I'm like,
oh, okay. Well, good. It'll give me time to practice because I've never done one, and I have a hard time speaking in front of people. So this could end up being a disaster.
I want to get married. It's a goal of mine, but the thought of speaking in front of people, even if it's my family, I feel like I'm gonna sweat bad. Like,
yeah. Well, I'm already. That's just me, you know, on a day to day. So. I'll distract everyone for you. They'll be like, look at that. How's that fucker sweating so much? They won't even notice you.
Found a picture too that I was talking about. It was actually Courtney.
Jeez.
You've never seen this?
No.
That's what I mean. It's like they did a whole like photo shoot together.
Fucking yeah, I'm gonna have to put a windshield wiper on my phone. My God.
Yeah. That picture of them just looking up at each other, because I've taken photos like that in the industry with girls I've worked with, and it just automatically to me was like super adult industry vibes. So
that just made my day. Go
look it up on your own, put it as your phone background.
Oh yeah, all right. That'll be a good idea. My God, this has been so much fun. I've had a great time.
Me too.
I'm glad this hour flew by. Like
I know, I saw the time, and I was like, I don't know where to. I could keep going, so it's like I don't know where to cut it. I could talk about the crime and the cults and everything. Just
I'm with you. I'm with you. Well, I will say you are a pleasure to talk to.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You too.
Thank
Definitely
you.
have a lot of similarities with things, which is super cool. So
I agree. And you are more than welcome to come back anytime you want.
hey,
So,
next time if we do, I'll probably be in Tennessee and I'll probably have a lot to talk about with that. So
would be, yeah, yeah, tentative plans, put it in the books.
yeah,
You know, yeah.
we'll do that.
So before we go ahead and plug, promote, where can people find you, your socials, all that good stuff.
So I hate calling it X, but I have
No, it sounds fucking weird, doesn't it? It's just
and everybody knows what I'm talking about when I say Twitter.
well, just say Twitter then. Fuck it.
So Twitter, it is at only Skylar Vox, and then my Instagram is the Skylar Vox with a single underscore. And then SkylarVox.com is also a link to just all of my socials and different things that you can find me on. So if it makes it easier, SkylarVox.com. And that's it.